Hello everyone, this is Commander Jeremy Daniels coming at you with a new game. Well, at least it's new to me. This is Xenonauts. It was released in 2013, and if you've watched any of my XCOM 2 playthrough, well, XCOM Enemy with Unknown and Enemy Within, as well as XCOM 2, were the official reboot slash sequels to the original XCOM game that was released back in the early 90s, or well, mid 90s, mid to late. Xenonauts is more of a spiritual successor that is in line with the original XCOM games than the newer games, where the newer ones are far more of a updated retelling of the whole XCOM story. Xenonauts maintains the more of an orthographic view, larger squad sizes, more of actually developing and building your bases rather than just having the quote-unquote anthill that is a predetermined size. The only thing that you have is exactly where you place the individual pieces in that 4x4 grid. But I'm going to see about giving this a try because it is a very interesting looking game, and definitely feel like I would, well, I definitely want to challenge myself. I am going to be starting this on normal because, yes, I'm an XCOM veteran, but it's the new XCOM, not the old XCOM. Still trying to get the old XCOM all up to date insofar as a bunch of different mods that make it less of a pain to use. But we'll give this a try here and see how badly I get my teeth kicked in. Alright, Geoscape. This is very similar to the original XCOM in that you're actually just looking at the entire world. When you first start, you're going to be asked for a plate or to select a location for our initial base. Telling me where the different controls are, arrow buttons along the top of the screen. That controls the progress of time. Real time, I think it's like 2 times, 4 times, 8 times, or some such. And the objective, basically, we have been attacked by enemy or by extraterrestrial vessels, or not so much attacked as have run into extraterrestrial vessels, and we're trying to figure out what they want and what we have to do insofar as to be able to reverse engineer their gear, get to where we can fight on an equal footing, and then eventually, maybe, hopefully, even stop their attempted invasion, presuming it is an invasion and not just an extermination. Might be an extermination. We don't know yet. The game itself, unlike the original XCOM, this is actually set in '79, starting 1st of September. The original XCOM was more set around the turn of the 2000s. So basically, right, just a little bit after when it was first released. It may have been set in 2010 or 2011 thereabouts. But so this is actually set right, pretty much at the height of the Cold War. Would be shortly after Vietnam. The Vietnam conflict ended with North Vietnam fully annexing South Vietnam. But prior to the Soviets getting stuck into Afghanistan, I believe. They may have already been started moving there, but, well, anyway, point is, it's 79 about to swap over to 1980. So, let's see here. Select primary base location. Now, the different circles do have some, I believe, that the circles themselves end up denoting. I don't know, I'll have to see what these different circles denote, but when you place a base, you only have so much radar range that you can cover the different areas with. So if I place a base here, kind of in the northern part of Africa, close to, I guess actually kind of close to Libya there. So you got Egypt over here. I think Libya's around here. point regardless, if I place it over here, I can keep pretty much the entirety of the U.S., or almost the entirety of the U.S. Alaska's kind of losing out there, but nuts to them. But, here I can only cover the United States, Mexico, and Central America. Here I'm only covering most of the continental United States. Well, I mean, okay, yes, also Canada, but they're Canadians. They just live up in the frozen wasteland. Nobody wants to be there. And if I place it here, well, I'm covering the northern part of South America, the southern part of North America, and all of Central America. So, to figure out where you want to put your bases initially is fairly important. I mean, I can cover the majority of the Eurasian continent here, Middle East. I think I'm going to go with the right around here. Cover the majority of Africa, more or less all of Europe, and partway into Eurasia, as well as almost all of the Saudi Arabian peninsula there. Let's see here. What are we going to name this base? Because we do get to name the different bases things. So for this, what to call it? And if anyone watches this and wants to leave a suggestion for future base names, by all means, toss them down in the comments. We'll see what I can do. Same. For this first one though, it's gonna be Mako 12 HQ. I know, real inventive, isn't it? So, we have a monthly upkeep cost of $630,000. The previous month's income was $2.8 million. No change in the income is presently forecast, but that's because we haven't gone anywhere. I'll go and pause that there while I'm trying to get my bearings. Forgive me. I have watched somebody play through this before, but I've not actually. Obviously, this is my first attempt at playing. So just trying to get my bearings here. So this first one is the geoscape. That there's probably for constructing things, research. Probably have to play with this. So we got vehicles there. I'm guessing that's going to be look at soldiers, look at what vehicles we have, look at what planes we have. Now, I was kind of glancing over the little prequel story that comes with the game. It's 80 pages long. Haven't read all the way through, but it looks like the basis is back during, or shortly before the beginning of September, some jets, or some American, USAF jets encountered a unidentified craft over the North Atlantic, from which the entire flight was shot down, and it was at the point where nuclear weapons were employed against the target. Now the target crashed in Iceland. Let me say that again. They had a small craft, from what I understand, that is about the same size of a large airframe. Maybe even 2 or 3 times what you would expect a jumbo jet to be. They haven't said exactly how large it is, but point is, it's still clearly an atmospheric capable craft. We hit it with multiple nukes, and it still crash landed with only minimal damage. So it probably just had the electronics fried from the EM pulse, or maybe not even fried, just temporarily disabled. Yeah, so that's what we're dealing with. So we're gonna have to see about researching things initially to try to allow us to even take down these craft, so that we can then sortie strike teams to to secure the craft, potentially capture any alien personnel, and neutralize any that we cannot incapacitate. can haul everything back to base, start letting the eggheads rip it apart to figure out what is going on. So, back to resume game. Let's see here. Alright, so this is our base. Here we have... Go ahead and look. Okay, so we have a pair of F-16s for interceptors with sidewinders and a autocannon. Oh, the poor sods flying these craft. They are so doomed. We do have room to buy a new plane. So what we have here, we have 4 hangars. We have a workshop, which I think is where we will actually provides workshop space. Okay, so this is the workshop. So what we're able to do here is actually hire engineers so that we can build things that the eggheads... Good lord, that guy's looks like such a douche. Yeah, I will give him this. He's at least packing. Project name, Alien Invasion, progress excellent. We got 10 going on. Can we... Well, we do have 10 scientists. We have 10 more spaces available in the lab. No, sorry, that's 5 more spaces available. It's not lab space use, it's lab space available. So 5 out of 15. We can fit in 5 more people on the base. Good. Excuse me. Good gravy. We're paying them $100,000 a month, and we're giving them a $10,000 sign-up bonus. Excuse me. I'm going to trash my business degree and jump into this universe and become a scientist. Good night. Although, let me see here. Oh, engineers only make $50,000 a month. But you could probably get to be an engineer without having to go get yourself a PhD. Trade-off. So we have 10 total engineers. We don't have any projects going or anything that we can build right now. Don't want to fire anyone yet, though, because it's the same thing as far as there's going to be a initial cost. 10% of their monthly wage just as a sign-up bonus. See here, soldiers. We have enough room for 5 more soldiers, so... Alright, so that's time units, hit points, their strength, accuracy, reflex, and bravery. Time units, unlike in XCOM 2012 and XCOM 2, you do not just get 2, you don't have it where you just basically get the 2 actions that you can utilize per soldier per turn, barring unforeseen circumstances and whatnot. Here you actually have time units, and the different soldiers are going to have different numbers of time units. Like Elena Ivanova here, that's a very pitiful amount. Same thing for Kirsten Walter here. I don't know if that's a guy or a gal. Point is, that's 49 time units is not a lot. They have a lot of hit points though. Not a lot of strength. Pretty good accuracy. Poor reflex. Decent bravery. This heavy weapon specialist here. Kenji Sato. Very brave. Not a lot of time units. Not very accurate, which is probably why... Well, wait, heavy weapons? He probably has a rocket launcher. I'm not so sure that's a good idea. Let's not give the guy who's going to have the big old boom boom with not being able to shoot straight. But we'll have to play it by ear. Anyway, different actions, moving, crouching, reloading, readying your weapons, aiming, etc. all take different amounts of time units. And once you use up your time units, well, you gotta wait till the next turn. So this is still turn-based. Hey! Morale boosting pictures. Be interested bad I can't zoom in on that one there, because can't tell what it, never mind. Just kind of another gal there. Okay, so unlike the original XCOM, you don't have to micromanage and actually purchase ammo for each base and make sure each base is still stocked with, you know, bullets. They do abstract that part out, at least. But this will be where we can man it, or keep a look on whatever we do make in the workshop. Okay, so we have no vehicles. So we got a pair of F-16s. And here we are, we got ourselves a dropship. 100% fuel, 100% ammo, 100% health. Top speed, blah blah blah. Okay, so Corporal Takeshi Maeda. Takeshi, I'm not gonna try to guess. All right, so Kirsten is a lass. She's right there up front, so we can actually see what what each soldier is carrying. Ballistic rifle. Okay, so Genji has a machine gun. And then, so we got, because that's an assault kit, sniper kit, rifleman, gunner, rifleman. Alright. Oh, and here's the Xenopedia. Oh, it's not the F-16, it's the F-17 Condor. It's derived from the F-16, blah blah blah. It also carries Sidewinder light missiles to make it a credible threat to medium-sized vehicles. They're Sidewinders. Those are meant to take down planes. These things took down nukes, unless we're going to have to develop better weapons, I'm sure. Alright, and there's the CH-48 Charlie, which is basically a variant of the Chinook. And that's top speed, range, acceleration, blah, 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 blah. Now, when you're in the overworld like this, and let's say that there's a craft, that we shoot down a enemy craft right around here, we have to dispatch the Charlie over to land at the craft. If, while we are sending Charlie off to investigate that wreck, and another alien craft appears, we can have our helicopter shot down. So we're going to have to be careful about that. Okay, so let's see here. What can we do as far as for... Okay, so we got a living storeroom. That's just 1 by... living quarters, which we can also rotate. Laboratory. Sorry. Oh, excuse me. Golly, this cough has just been lingering for forever. Alright, so we have cost up. Okay, so this is a radar array. If we build another radar array, that will increase our radar range. I'm pretty sure that a better way would be just to make a new base once we have enough funds to do so. Garage will let us, go ahead and look at the Xenopedia here. Aircraft weapons, so we have the autocannon. Sidewinder missile, light air, blah blah blah, long range and inflict more damage. Single use weapon, right. Can be avoided by more agile enemy combatants, right. Large amount of damage relatively quickly makes Sidewinder damage. Dogfight. There's craft for getting the range of their weapons. Presuming they don't have something like the Sidewinder here. And because it is a missile with a... I don't think the Sidewinder is actually heat seeking. I think it is radar seeking. But it still has to get an initial target solution from the plane before launching. Yeah, Avalanche Torpedo. It's a heavy air-to-air missile. Has long range, moves slowly, and has poor turn rate. So against this is practically useless against a very nimble craft. Oh, so that's a 1958 Iceland incident. I didn't see the date on there, but visual sighting UFO really spelled that myth, because first thought it was an experimental Soviet aircraft. Disintegrated half the squadron with remaining jets leveling back severe damage. So that's why we nuked it. Half a dozen nuclear-tipped ICBMs. Great, we nuked a portion of Iceland, no less. Told the Soviets about it. Saw their assistance in securing the vessel. Which they were a little chapped off by the fact that we set off, half a dozen nukes. Not terribly far from them, all things considered. And that's where the Xenonauts come from. Okay, anyway. So we have ballistic weapons. Looks like an M9 Beretta. Straight up trench gun, shotgun. Almost looks like a Remington 870 there. M16. Looks like even hopefully that's at least the A1. And that looks like a marksman variant of the G3. Or at least based heavily off of that. Heavy ballistics, and we got the almost looks like a 240. M240. And then we have ourselves a light anti-tank weapon, which that's not the S-Small, I think it's the precursor to it. Basic armor. Dungarees. That's not armor. That's jeans and a jean blouse. That you may as well be going into battle wearing boxers and a wife beater. Come on. Alright, Med Center. So this is where we heal people up after they get hurt. Radar array. Detection rays blue circle. Can be expanded by constructing additional radar arrays, but it'll only apply 3 times. So you can build 3 arrays, but the 4th one, no deal. So it almost looks like it may be better to, if we have to expand our range, to still maintain coverage, especially once I'm sure we'll get newer or more advanced aircraft that gives us longer and longer ranges. We'd have a air base surrounded by 3 or more radar bases. Hangar, obviously that's where we keep an interceptor or dropship. Living quarters, that's where we have people at. We have enough living quarters for our soldiers, our scientists, and our engineers. Need storeroom to keep stuff, obviously. Laboratory to research. Workshop to build. Garage. Hold up to 3 vehicles. Okay. So we will need to make a garage at some point, just so that if we're going to want to use any vehicles. And then we have a defense battery. Yeah, so in Xenonauts, the aliens, if they get chapped off enough at us, they will attack our bases. If we have enough defense batteries, we can straight up destroy an attacking UFO before it lands. But even if we aren't able to completely preclude an invasion, by doing damage we can up to or reduce their attacking squad by at least half. Blah 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 blah. Oh, that's nice. If we build this, end up researching some new wonder tech, they automatically retrofit the defense batteries. So, don't really got much else to do. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Okay, so we have a UFO over Europe, approaching France. Probably shouldn't, but I'm going to send out both of the Condors to intercept this target. Definitely don't want to make sure that we have everything. Oh, good, good, good. So I think what it was is that first, the blue circle obviously is our radar range. The first circle that we had for the base was probably the effective or the maximum range for a strike by the CH-48 Charlie, with the second one being the maximum combat range for the Condors. Okay, so they are not over land yet. And whenever you so when we intercept the UFO, we get the report on our aircraft, our ammo status, and our combat fuel level. You know, you only have so much time. So if you're actually having your your strike craft go out to the extent of their range, they're not going to have a lot of combat fuel left because they still have to get back in land. Tail until over land. There we are. Let's go ahead and see what this is like. I'm going to engage. Okay, this is air combat. We auto-resolved or fought manually. This is the manual method. The auto-resolve would have been 100% success, but we don't know what that would have done to the planes. Paused at any time using spacebar, controlled individually. So those are the firing arcs of their weapons. Up to 3 units each side, selecting the immediate destination. Okay, so we can click on Condor, tell it where to go, and adjust its speed over here. Vision shot down the air combat will be covered and rebuilt, but will be out of action for a prolonged period of time. Badly damaged, it will flight away and tell it to retreat. Okay. So we got a light scout here. We are coming in. We're coming in on the aft. I think that tells us to go on the afterburner. Evasive roll. So we can use that if we start getting fired on. And then that's probably the retreat button. We have 80 rounds for the other cannon, and obviously one each. One missile each. Alright. They got a little bit of chatter going on in the background. Obviously, if you just tell it to attack the craft, they set up a nice intercept point. But I don't want to. If we do that, then we're going to end up with a head-on pass. See if we can maneuver around.
Red 6-3, launch extended.
Okay. Using a old technique here. Well, I say old technique, but basic. Basic. You disable your missiles. Got Condor 1 here, going full blast. Or a full regular throttle. If I need to, I'll hit the afterburner. I'm closing in Condor 2. Okay, there we are. Light Scout 1 has been shot down and is crash landing. So, we're going to Squadron 1, turn to base. Let's see here if I... Alright, let me Again, you have to bear with me here. I'm trying to make sure I understand exactly how all this works. Okay, alright, so now let me just take a look here at the different kit that I've got available. So for the assault, I got a shotgun, two reloads of ammo, smoke grenade, creates a thick smoke cloud obscuring your movement, flashbang, facilitate reaching well-defended locations. Oh, that's nice. I forgot about that. The flashbangs actually do damage. Good to know. Which is correct, because, I mean, the flashbang is a controlled explosion after all. And you can definitely get yourself severely hurt if you have a flashbang go off very close to you. So grenades, rockets, other. C4 charge. Lots of explosive. We got ourselves a combat shield. I might have to actually make one or two people just a shield carrier, which I think means that they would then only be able to use a pistol otherwise. Let's strip all this here off of you. You drop the actual grenades, you're going to get yourself a... Okay. There we are. Okay, so that has to be a secondary weapon. Let's go back to weapons. So yeah, we got a pistol. No smoke for you. Let's just carry 3 flashbangs. Extra set of ammo, or let's just load you up on ammo anyway, just to make sure that... There we go. So we got plenty of ammo on his belt for a pistol. Yeah, let's go ahead and get another shield person up. I do want to have everyone carrying a med pack for right now, just because. So they're gonna be the ones to breach in, if need be. Toss a flashbang in. Hopefully help everyone clear out. Pull off the grenades because I'm gonna want to carry a little more shotgun ammo. Yeah, you keep the frag grenades for right now. Oh, we even have different medals they can get. Sniper, you're not going to be close enough to worry about grenades. Let's see your equipment. Other. Give you another. Yeah, their carry weight is affected by their actual strength. If you exceed the carry weight, you start suffering time unit penalties. So especially for someone like this, we don't want that. So you know what? On second thought, pull that off. You carry a pair of explosives just in case we end up needing some boom boom. I have no clue what I'm doing here. I'm literally just faffing about with absolutely no clue about what's what and what's going on. You drop the flashbangs. Grab some more ammo. So we got a pair of shield bearers, pair of riflemen, pair of assaults, sniper, and a machine gunner. Let's go back to the dropship. I have to shift everyone around. Boo, 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 boo. Keep you up there. Ballistic rifle, ballistic rifle. There we go. I think that's pretty good. Alright, back to the geoscape. Let's click on the crash site. Alright, so we can just drop an airstrike on it to blow up the UFO and get ourselves some little extra cash. Or we can intercept. I'm going to go with intercept. I'm going to send out Charlie 1. Launch. Also, as you can see, the different, when you hover over the different regions, that tells you how much the region relations, which is how happy they are with us, how much the funding level of that specific region, the projected change in funding level, and how many people have died there. Obviously, more people that die, the more unhappy the area is going to be. So we got Europe, we have Soviet Union, we have Middle East, Indochina, Australasia, which Australia, New Zealand, and Papua New Guinea, Northern and Southern Africa, South America, Central, North America. And those are the basic overall areas. Okay. Yep, definitely looks like the U.S. and Canada are not happy with us having a base over there because we're going to lose about $6 grand from them. Nothing from Central America, nothing from South America. Africa's fine. Middle East fine. Yep. Okay, there's our condors are going back. This is a little chancy because if another enemy, another Xeno, or another spacecraft, sorry, if another Tango shows up, our helicopter is completely vulnerable. Oh, this is nice. We're going to we are going to be able to be doing this in daylight, not at night. So let's go ahead and engage and see what happens. Actually, I'm going to go ahead and cut this recording here, and so the next episode will be me actually going into fight. So until next few seconds, y'all take care.